I'm not sure it gets any better than this. Hanging out in Lunenburg with GLO McNEILL, winner of Recipe to Riches. Not only that, but like a fantastic baker. And we're like, check it out. What a spread. Good morning.
Good morning, Stephanie. Thank you for those kind words.
Well, I'm telling you what, I watched you, first of all. Cheers. Let's just toast to your victory, because how great was that?
Oh, unreal.
And this coffee is phenomenal. Too bad it's not Taste-O-Vision. And we're going to talk about all these wonderful things in front of us. But I got to ask you, because there was a lot of drama. And I know that there's a lot of editing for TV, but how much tension and pressure were you really under?
About as much pressure as you would expect. An 82-year-old woman competing with people half her age in an unreal environment with the eyes of the world on her. Other than that, I was calm.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Okay, well, let's just go back to it, because, I mean, the premise is really cool. For anyone who hasn't seen it, you got a recipe that's your favorite.
Yes.
And then what happens?
And then it snowballed.
Okay.
It was like being at the top of a hill and starting to roll down, and you gather momentum and you gather speed. However, instead of a ditch at the bottom, there was a whole pile of muddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
But you walk in and you go, here, taste my food. Like,
sort of,
okay.
Yeah, just about that. They were sitting behind this table and looking like judges, and they all looked as if they hated every minute of it when they came in. Well, I think that was part of the act.
Sure.
You know, but they warmed up.
Right. So, but like before you get to them, does anybody taste your pudding?
Well, the family, the world.
No, but I mean there's no vetting that goes on. That goes,
like in medieval courts where you have somebody taste to see if it's poisoned. No, they walk right in.
Okay, so that's great. And then when you got to the actual, they said, you got your ticket, or what is it you get? You get a recipe
You get
card?
a gold ticket.
Gold ticket.
Just like on American Idol.
Yes.
And you come out and whoop and jump and do the and everything, you know. And that was the first highlight, was when Tony Chapman came round from behind the desk and said, I got to give you a hug.
Right.
And he whispered in my ear, you're the hottest 81-year-old I've ever met. I was only 81 at the time.
I used to work with Tony in Toronto.
Oh, really?
He's a terrible flirt.
Is he?
No, I'm just kidding. So he must have, you caught his eye then, did you?
He was wonderful. Well, you know, I was the oldest person in the world. And so just that alone was enough to get attention. But they seemed to know I was coming from the minute I got out of the car.
Oh.
Yeah, the cameraman, Al, said to me, oh, it's GLO, it's GLO. So they knew about me.
Right.
So I guess my age had preceded me, and maybe a couple of the terrible jokes I told.
Oh, come on.
You know.
Well, now I love that you've got a lemon.
Yes.
That's so cool. And the great thing about this show is, you know, once you're chosen, you're in stores. Like that never happens.
It's unreal. It's unreal to go into a store and look at all those packages, and there's you.
Yeah.
And you know, people are still coming up to me and saying, my daughter in England heard about it, or my son in Australia wants to know if I know you. So the story of this whole saga, it's got huge spread.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it's really caught the eyes and ears
but
of
even
people.
before you won. I mean, that's just it.
Just
I went to the Lunenburg Santa Claus parade, and she's got her own float. I mean, so you're a local celebrity here in Lunenburg, and then all of a sudden, you're a national figure.
Yep, that's me.
And now the pressure that you felt in the kitchen, and I know, again, they edit for drama, but I would have cried. Like when they said, you got to make, 200 or something?
I had a ball.
Is that true?
At no stage, well, there was a stage where I was getting emotional, but I got emotional not during that process. I got emotional when they started to ask me personal things.
Right.
When I started to reminisce about my mother.
Yes.
That's when I got emotional.
This was her recipe, right?
Yeah.
Or passed down,
family.
certainly.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah. And Stephanie, I've got to talk to you about this thing. To me, writing down a recipe isn't necessarily a part of the cooking process. I mean, I've never written down.
Are you
until
one of
I
those
wrote,
in your head people?
Yeah, I am.
Again.
And when I'm looking for something unusual to do, I'll open 3 cookbooks and then close them all and then wing it. I don't get to the stage where I say, I'm going to make this, I have to go out and buy this to do it, unless it's a dinner party or something very specific.
Wow. So that's a gift.
Well, I don't know. I think maybe it's bred in you. You know, it's like
you grew up cooking.
Yeah. On the other hand, I have no sense of direction. I can't. I don't drive because I don't know where I am.
We
half
have
the
our
time.
strengths and weaknesses, right?
Yeah, I couldn't find my way out of a mall.
Come on.
Really, the times I've said to my husband, he says, "I'll meet you here."
Yeah.
And I've wandered and never found him again. You know, I mean, I'm ready to take a reasonable facsimile because I couldn't find him.
Oh, come on.
No, I have no sense of direction.
You could upgrade. Now let's talk about direction because you're not originally from Nova Scotia.
I was born in England.
In England.
Yes.
And you found your way here to Lunenburg, which is, I mean, come on.
It's just, I came the scenic route, yeah.
Yeah, but beautiful spot.
Wonderful. I think it's one of the best kept secrets in Canada.
Yeah.
It is fabulous. I wouldn't want to live anywhere else.
Well, you know, we celebrate the 4 Atlantic provinces on CNBC, and that's one of the things we, you know, say to people, talk to me a little bit about where you live, because there's a lot of people, I mean, Lunenburg is one of those places that a lot of people have heard of because of, you know, its historic designation and whatnot. But certainly living here on a day-to-day basis, good?
It's unbelievable. If I go I live in what's called Newtown. I think it was started about 1830. So I walk around Newtown, and there at the bottom of the street is the sea. I've got 2 daughters now living in town. Neither of them intended to, but somehow they finished up here.
Sure.
And my younger daughter, who's only been here a year, can't believe it. She said, I walked down my street and there's the harbour.
Yeah.
And there's a masted schooner in the harbour. It's unreal until you've lived. And it's not a seaside town that only comes to life in summer. It's a living community.
Right.
We have fabulous things here. We have boutique industries. I don't know if people know that we make games here that are
the video games.
Hugely
it's
popular.
Amazing.
And we have our own distillery in town. We have a place
Shout out
that
Ironworks.
shows the clothes of only new Canadian designers.
Lovely. Yeah.
We have the most incredible talents in this town.
Right.
And people
now
are discovering it.
A world-class baker.
Ah.